السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. مساكم الله بالخير. اليوم دردشتنا في الهواء بناتية مرة. معانا حصة مسز كيرلي اند كلومزي. حنتكلم في مواضيع تخص البنات، شعر الكيرلي، كيف الوحدة تعمل له تريتمنت. حناخدها بإذن الله حتى يعني اختي حصة ما شاء الله تبارك الله. she's a diva hair stylist. her job is to take care of women and girls بشعر كيرلي. طبعا انا يعني من الناس اللي اعشق الشعر الكيرلي، احبه جدا، يمكن عشان اتعودت على هذا المنظر طول حياتي. ف حنتكلم معاها ونشوف منها كيف نقدر نشوف موضوع الشعر الكيرلي. انا شايف ان المواضيع كلها رجال اليوم، لا، عايزين بنوتات حلوين يدخلوا معانا، خاصة اللي بناتهم شعرهم كيرلي، خاصة اللي هم بيواجهوا مشاكل مع الشعر الكيرلي وتمشيطه والاهتمام به. فهي حتكون معانا بإذن الله. طبعا هي شردة مني، أنا ماني عارف هي فين حقيقة. فينك يا حصة الآن؟ أهل الرياض، مسيكم بالخير. خلينا نشوفها فين. بسم الله، إن شاء الله تكون دخلت موجودة. هي كذا هي قالت أنا كلمزي، والله العظيم هي قالت أنا كلمزي. تتأخر تسوي. now we'll see. anyways، إذا عندكم مشاكل مع الشعر الكيرلي، إذا عندكم مشاكل مع قصه، مع تسريحه، مع الاهتمام به، that's your girl. اللي عنده بنت شعرها مرة منكوش، برضه that's your girl. طيب، هنتكلم على هذا الموضوع بإذن الله بإذن الله. we'll take her on a trip، ما حقول on a flight، we'll take her on a trip إن شاء الله. واحدة واحدة she will introduce herself to us، هتعرفنا على نفسها. وحناخدها from there on إن شاء الله. بس خلينا نشوف هي فين. here she is finally. تعالي يا شرادة. where are you؟ now I know why you're clumsy.
So clumsy. So clumsy, and I'm never on time.
I can tell. I can tell.
I made an effort today.
That's very good. That's very good. كيف حالك قصة طيبة؟
الحمد لله. كيف حالك أنت؟
All good. All good. All good. طيب. As long as إنه إحنا حياتنا كلها is on trips. We are from everywhere. So today
Yes.
حناخذ الناس كده in a small night trip with you. عشان they see the other side of one منك. The other thing, we'll talk positively طبعا عن that beautiful curls you have.
Thank you.
So we'll buckle up from here and you take it on. Who are you?
I'm very good. How are you? How's your day?
All good, all good, all good.
الحمد
اتفضلي.
لله.
الملعب ليكي. Talk to me. عرفينا عن نفسك.
So I'm Hessa. I created an account dedicated to curly hair or natural hair. I don't want to say curly because it includes everybody who wears their hair natural. To help women embrace their hair and, you know, feel confident about wearing their hair natural. Because I understand that's a struggle for a lot of us. And we're being hit, you know, as soon as we walk into a salon or somewhere, we're being hit with all these, you know, suggestions of doing chemical treatments or doing something different to our hair. So I created the account, and alhamdulillah, it's been a success. I created the account, I believe it was last year, and it's been such a success. And to be honest with you, you know, I can't wait to see what it brings, what more it will bring, inshallah, in the future. But it's been successful, alhamdulillah.
ما شاء الله تبارك الله. طيب يعني how can people reach you غير in person غير الاكونت يعني
I have my email, I have my my account detail, my contact details on my account. So I have my email, my phone number. They can DM me, they can comment on one of my posts. I'm always reachable.
Very good. طيب نطلع شوية عن الأرض. Should we fly?
Let's go.
طيب. I know you grew up أكيد struggling with that curly hair, صح؟
To some extent, yes.
طيب. moms، بما انه عندنا lots of moms هنا، لو تشوفيهم يعني انا حقيقه كان نفسي انها تكون موجوده السربرايز اللي قلت لحضرتك عليها، but الهانم she's still at the beach. to tell you the
Okay.
truth. Yeah, أنا كلمت يعني she's as clumsy as you by the way. She's 6 years old with curly hair with يعني احنا طول النهار نسمع الخناقات. انا اسمع الخناقات في البيت، روحي اعملي شعرك، روحي اربطي شعرك. طب moms talk to moms please. ترى هم البنات هذول they did not bring the curly hair من عندهم. ترى
Of
هم
course.
اخذوه منا.
Of course. Of course.
Can you tell us what you tell moms about that?
I think honestly, the whole confidence and wearing your hair natural and embracing it, it starts at home. It starts with the influence you get at home.
Okay.
I honestly, the good thing about, when I grew up, my mom was very supportive. Like she embraced my hair fully. She at some point she sent me to someone to do my hair because she couldn't do it anymore. But she never made me feel like my hair wasn't attractive or it wasn't beautiful or it needed some sort of taming. She did take extra time because my sister has straight hair. She did take extra time and extra care when it came to my hair, but she never for once made me feel like my hair wasn't beautiful. And I think that's where it starts, and that's why I feel so confident in wearing my hair natural. And oftentimes in my account, I realize it's not the individuals themselves who don't like their hair. It's influence from outside. I've had girls say, oh, you know what? I love my hair. I don't mind. I want to wear it natural everywhere. But, my grandmother or my mother or my sister or my aunt or whoever is telling me, no, you shouldn't wear it this way. You should do this or you should do that. So I think it's the influence. And I think for mothers, I think it starts with you at home, helping your daughter embrace her natural hair. Now, unlike before, now we have so many natural hair products. Zaman ma kan fi. We only had like products that cater to straight hair. But now we have products to help with natural hair, whether it's, detangling it or, styling it, or even like we have now diva stylists, curly hair stylists like myself that are, dedicated to just cutting curly hair. So we don't have the excuse of, oh, we don't know what to do anymore. If you explore and you research, you'll find products or, stylists in your area that will cater to natural hair.
طب خليني اتكلم معك بكل صراحه، معلش انا I speak to you in Arabic and in English عشان الناس يعرفوا انه حضرتك to understand so people can write to you in Arabic حتى لو محتاجين. خليني اسالك بكل صراحه، احنا when we look at young girls ولا young boys who walk around us كده اللي تشوفهم with curly hair نقول لهم واو شوف شعره looks beautiful until they become ours. ليه؟ يعني ليش احنا بنواجه المشكله؟ انا الحين ما بتكلم انه في فرق، يعني for my very humble understanding في فرق بين شعر كيرلي بس ناعم وفي فرق بين شعر خشن اصلا. احنا بنتكلم حضرتك شعرك ناعم مظبوط؟ It's curly but ناعم.
It's different textures. So there's there's loose curls, there's tighter curls, there's wave, there's but the texture, the density, it differs. But at the end of the day, that's why I like to use the term natural. So I don't focus on just curly hair. I focus on natural hair, whether it be tight curls, loose curls, waves. It's just natural hair, your natural hair, your hair that's untouched by anything to change its texture.
طيب اوكي الان احنا نرجع للسؤال اللي كنت بسأل لحضرتك. لما we see young boys or young girls with curly hair, usually they look beautiful الله يحفظهم.
Yes.
Until تشوفيهم they come to us يعني then you see ours. When they are ours, they're beautiful to the people outside, but the people within the house, they're always upset at that curly hair. What is the reason؟ يعني you grew up with curly hair and I have 4 sisters، 2 شعرهم مرة ناعم و2 شعرهم curly. سبحان الله I don't know why.
Yeah.
My daughters أنا شعري مرة يعني شعري ناعم. Their mom شعرها ما هو curly، عندي 2 شعرهم curly بطريقة فظيعة.
Yes. Bring them to me.
ما هي خليها تيجي الهانم I want to show you والله العظيم كل يوم يتضارب. يعني until they become ours. Why do we have a problem with that?
I think it again goes back to we think about what people might say. We're not taming our child's hair. It's not well put because beauty standards are set for us. Like you should have straight hair. Your hair is only professional, or it's only beautiful, or it's only fit for a certain occasion when it's straight. So we don't have any sort of attachment when it's somebody from outside. We don't think about like, you know, we will never be blamed. Like if it's my child and somebody says, oh, I don't like her, you know, her hair is frizzy, her mom didn't take care of her hair. So we have some sort of attachment and blame. بس لما أحد من برا, we don't have that same attachment. So we can say it's beautiful because that's truly what we think. But at the end of the day, if somebody else thinks it's not beautiful, we're not to blame.
True.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does make sense. But يعني برضو I am not, yeah, I don't know how to, I cannot accept that. لأنه كان يصير زمان الساعة 10 ارحمني الساعة 10 my boss is having dinner with me. هو هذا شايفاه مديري ده. العشاء الساعة كم؟ العشاء الساعة كم؟ العشاء الساعة كم؟ Because I'm cooking tonight.
What are you cooking?
Oh God. Actually, we are here where I go live, and I go live from a restaurant in Jeddah called Mr. Saj, and they do everything in front of people when they cook. So I suddenly came up to them with an idea that I want to create something new in the menu, as long as انه تعطوني محل اني اطلع live. But today, after we finish the live, غالبا حنقفل المطعم, and it's only our group, and I'm cooking for them something different كده. Yeah, it's gonna be a Russian steak on a brioche, but very simple steaks. And
well, we can't wait to see pictures or videos.
يعني let me tell you, a few days ago أنا كنت في البحر, suddenly دخلت شابة 19-20, شعرها تبارك الله, شعرها كيرلي, but شعرها ما شاء الله heavy إلى آخر ظهرها. والله العظيم I thought of my daughter. قلت بنتي لما تصير بعد 12-13 سنة, if we leave her hair, she will look this beautiful. والله العظيم she was a breath taker.
ما شاء الله.
and قهرتني إنها عملت حاجة جمعته عشان لا أحد يشوف الشعر إنه كيرلي زي كده.
I was hoping إنه جمعته because sun damage or some sort of damage.
لا, it's beautiful. طبعا هو ما شاء الله كان ثقيل عليها الظاهر when she was swimming. It was disturbing her. طيب, kids or girls with curly hair, أنا أشوفك دائما تعطي positive energy. This is us. What do you tell them? How do they grow up and accept the matter that's them? لسبب بسيط, إني بشوفهم بيعدموا شعورهم كثير بالفرد.
Yeah. So you know what? Anytime, regardless of where I'm at, whether I'm in the mall or I'm just walking in the street or I see somebody in the grocery store, a little kid with curly hair, I always go up to them and let them know their hair is beautiful. Because oftentimes that at home, they don't know whether it's gorgeous or it's not, or it's the influence they get from outside.
You think they don't know?
You know, I honestly don't think they recognize what beautiful. They don't know what beautiful is until it's told to them. They're kids. They're innocent. ما يعرفوا إيش حلو إيش مو حلو. Until they, you know, they start hearing the adults in the room saying, you know what, straight hair is beautiful. And then they think, okay, which then that means my hair isn't beautiful, because if straight hair is beautiful, I don't have straight hair. But this is what, but if they grow up hearing that their hair is beautiful, of course they're going to think it's beautiful. But it's as soon as they start hearing, like for me, for example, my mom never made me feel that my hair wasn't pretty. But I heard my mom's friends sometimes say, ليش مخلي شعرها كده, ولا ليش قصتي لها هذه القصة, ولا هذه القصة ما تنفع لها. So this is the only time I heard, and this is when I start thinking like maybe my hair isn't beautiful. I've had somebody, I was invited to a gathering one day and I wore my hair natural. This was when I was, I think, 15. And somebody, one of my mother's friends, she came to me and she said, and I used to straighten my hair, and I go between curly and natural and straight. And she came, she said, you know what? It's more beautiful when you wear it straight. And I will never forget it. I was 15 years old. I will never forget it. Because I thought when I was going to this event, you know, I felt like my most beautiful. I'm wearing my hair natural. I got dressed up. I got ready for this occasion. And then somebody comes and tells me this. So it affected me. You're impressionable when you're a kid. Huh?
ممكن أقول لك حاجة؟
Yeah.
صورك وأنت عاملاه straight, وأنت عاملاه natural, much beautiful. It seems just you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, والله العظيم I'm not kidding. بس فرق كبير في الشكل حضرتك ما بين صورك وأنت لام شعرك straight.
Yeah.
وفارق وسايبه, شفتي وسايبه.
I'm gonna accept that from you.
But it's beautiful. I swear to God, it is beautiful. الله يعطيك
Thank
العافية.
you. Thank
طيب,
you.
should we climb a little up? Now we want to talk about diva style. معليش أنا إنسان ما عندي أي خبرة حياتي كرجل، أكيد يعني إني أنا راجل بتكلم مع سيدة في موضوع الشعر صعب علي. طيب, we talk about diva style. What's diva style?
So, a diva cut was
diva
created back in the 90s by a hairstylist. This hairstylist has curly hair.
Okay.
And she noticed, she went to cosmetology school, just like I went to cosmetology school, مدرسة تجميل, يعني to learn how to cut hair and, you know, create beautiful cuts or whatever. But even in school, they teach you how to deal with straight hair only.
Yes.
So even if you have curly hair, they tell you, or not, whatever, natural hair, wavy, curly, kinky, they ask you to blow dry it first before you cut it. So she has curly hair. She wore her hair natural. So she started understanding when she cuts people, or cut people's hair with the same method, with the straight hair method, it wasn't working. Her clientele they weren't satisfied. Their hair shrunk. They went like too short after it dried up, or the cut just didn't look right. So she, you know, as she became experienced, she created this diva cut, which works with each curl. So you don't cut the hair, all of the hair at the same. You cut each curl by curl, because oftentimes with natural hair, the texture changes. Maybe your curls in the front are really tight, and then in the back they're a bit looser. So you treat each curl. You take each curl and you cut it so that you get a nice silhouette. If you cut the whole, because if my curls are tighter in the front and looser in the back, but I go with the same length, one will shrink because it's tighter, and one will stay loose. So my hair will look choppy. It wouldn't be a nice silhouette.
هذا علم كامل. Seriously, يعني أنت بتقولي, how long does it take you to do this for one person?
It takes longer. It's not like a regular cut, so it takes longer. It takes because you obviously have to hold each curl, look at it, and you know, see how much you need to cut. So it does take more time than you probably, I would say about an hour. An hour, an hour, sometimes longer. It depends on the you know, the density of the hair. If they have very thick hair, it may take longer. And you cut it dry, so you don't cut it so that, you know, the customer isn't disappointed. They know how their hair will look when it's dry. Instead of cutting it wet and then you know, let it.
أنا شوفك بتتكلمي على دائما حتى drying الهير أول naturally من دون blow dryer, صح؟
Yes. So, for the sake of time, sometimes I use what we call, you know, a diffuser head, and it's just like a cup. It holds hair in place and it dries it. I would rather to air dry it, but my hair takes hours to air dry. Yeah. So, but I don't use heat. I don't use heat on my hair to avoid damage.
Okay. And وهذه الأشياء now, يعني your hair salon, you have a hair salon ولا you work from home for people?
I actually do home visits. I just started. I'm going to start, I'm going to start visiting people in August. I've already started taking appointments. I'm going to open my studio, inshallah, December, January. So December of this year or January of next year. It's already in progress, inshallah. And I'll start accepting customers or clients.
نبغى نعرف الإعلان فين عشان نقول للناس فين حتفتح الاستديو.
أول ما حأعلن you'll be the first to know.
بس حيكون في جدة.
حيكون في جدة إن شاء الله.
خلاص يعني حتيجي عندنا يصير نقدر نشوفك.
Yes, إن شاء الله.
بما إنك أنت عايشة برا جدة.
Yes.
طيب, very good, very good, very good. So, do we have women that would help you in that, or you will be training people?
I will start training. So I'll start training. I'm actually planning to start running classes with stylists, you know, giving them the extra strength to work with curly hair. So I'm going to start running classes, 2-day classes, to help stylists work with curly hair, because oftentimes they've only been taught, and it's not their fault, to work with straight hair.
They've only been taught to work with straight hair.
Yeah.
طيب معلش أنا ما عندي خبرة في الشعر. ممكن تشرحي لي ايش الفرق حقيقة؟ او سوري نبداها كده، ايش تنصحي الستات اللي عندهم كيرلي هير عشان ما يتنفش عليهم to be as beautiful as your hair دائما.
Thank
What should they do? Products and how should they take care of it at home?
So it's obviously, it goes back to, it's a lot of, I have to know their hair porosity. I have to know their hair texture, their hair density, their hair type to be able to recommend products. So I do consultations for people. The consultation is, I send them a questionnaire, I understand their hair history and I ask for pictures, and then I create a plan for them. But it's not one plan fits all. It's, it depends on your curl type, your hair type. Have you been exposed to any heat damage? Your hair has been exposed to heat damage. Has it been exposed to chemical treatments? Is it completely natural? So it all depends.
ايش الفرق بين الناتشرال والكيميكال؟ الناتشرال هير تفضلي. لا يعني can you destroy your hair بالكيميكالز تخليه curly more، ولا يعني واحدة مثلا شعرها كان straight تقدر بالكيميكالز she destroys it and it will not go back to the texture حقه؟
So the new growth will go back to whatever your natural hair is.
Okay.
It's the hair that's been treated. So I've had a lot of women. I would say 90% of the people that I do consultation with, they are transitioning from, chemically treated hair to natural hair. So the roots are curly and then the ends are straight.
Okay.
Yeah.
تفضل ايوه.
Yeah.
I'm imagining that.
So that's when their hair is most fragile. When when it's growing and it's curly and then the ends are straight. It's like, when you fold a paper and it's weak because it's folded and there's a part where you feel like the paper's gonna get cut. So their hair is most fragile in that state when it's between you're dealing with two textures. So do I use curly hair products? Do I use products for straight hair? What products do I use? Because I have two textures in my head. So you obviously can't treat it all the same. So that's when it's most fragile. And there's something called the big chop where you just cut all the chemical treated hair. A lot of women are not big fans because obviously you'll have to end up with very short hair. So I help them transition slowly without cutting their hair completely.
Okay.
We're dealing with both textures.
الله يديك العافية. والله العظيم. طيب seriously يعني شوفي بيقولوا لك you're the curly queen. خلاص.
Thank you.
طيب احنا نسمع دائما كثير عن المويه عدمت شعري كان اصلا ناعم. Is it صحيح؟ هل العوامل الخارجيه outside effects really does hurt our hair?
Of course. The weather, the climate, the water that you use, the shampoos. So for curly hairs, again, or for natural hairs, we often avoid using drugstore products. The drugstore, when I say drugstore, I mean in Saudi Arabia, because we don't have products that cater to natural hair. So there are ingredients that we try to avoid as natural hair because our hair is oftentimes more dry than straight hair. So there are ingredients in products that dry our hair even more and creates more of a frizz, or as we call it بالعربي نفشة.
أيوة.
Yeah. So we choose products that are sulfate free. Sulfate is an agent that cleanses hair, but at the same time, it's so harsh on our hair because it pulls all of our natural oils from our hair, and our hair is already dry, so it creates more of a frizz, damage. So there are products that I recommend that are only for natural hair, or natural products, clean products. Girls with straight hair can use them too, but we often use them more because our hair is more dry. It is susceptible to frizz.
Okay, so basically, curly hair is more drier than straight hair.
Yes.
That's the reason it's this way.
It often is, yeah. That's why it frizzes more. Yes.
كنت بتتكلمي على المسامات حقت الشعر في واحدة من الكورس. Yeah. Can we talk a little about that? كيف الشعر عندك؟ اوكي، ولا كيف نعرف نوع الكيرلي هير باختبار الكاسة اللي حضرتك تتكلمي عليه؟
اختبار الكاسة هذا اختبار مسامة الشعر. So to understand the hair porosity. So we have 3 different porosity. We have high, normal, and low.
Okay.
High porosity, it lets the moisture in, but it lets it back out.
Okay.
So there are methods to lock it. To seal it with oil, to kind of close the follicle. So your hair follicle is open. You want to close it so it closes the moisture in.
Okay.
Okay. When it's open, it lets the water in and then it lets it out.
Okay.
And then
you don't want that.
You don't want that. You want to keep the moisture because your hair needs the moisture. And then you have low porosity. The follicle is closed. So it's stubborn. It's like, no, I don't want any oil. I don't want any moisture. I don't want anything from you. So it lays on the surface.
Okay.
And then your hair becomes dull and flat.
Okay.
And then you have normal, which is beautiful. They're all beautiful. But it lets things in out smoothly, but it doesn't let them out easily.
Okay.
So it's just right. So there are different methods, and I can go in so much more detail, and it'll take hours to show you the different methods of how you can keep moisture within, different porosities.
ما اعتقد الستات زعلانين. If you want to talk, it's all yours.
I will talk their ears off when it comes to
تخليها تتكلم ولا ما نخليها تتكلم يا ستات؟ طيب عبال ما الستات يجاوبونا بقى انا عايز اسالك سؤال. في ناس دائما البنات curly straight ربنا خلقهم حلوين في كل حال. Ladies are beautiful in everywhere. الاولاد عندي مشكله انا مع موضوع شوفي كلهم يبغوك تتكلمي. وقفت والله ما حرجع في سؤالي. بطلت في سؤالي. بطلت.
DM me.
continue بيقولوا لك. شفتي؟ كملي يلا. والله رجعت فاهم. خلوها تكمل. يلا تكلمي معاهم. اشرحي لهم. هم الملعب ملعبك. الويفي يلا تفضل.
So like I said, it depends on your hair porosity.
Okay.
If you have high porosity, you use thicker products to lock in the moisture to close the cuticle. If you have low porosity, use lighter products, lighter water-based products, because you don't want anything too heavy. You want things to sink in slowly and smoothly, and to stay in your hair so it doesn't feel dull. And if you have natural, you have normal, you're just lucky. You can use whatever you want.
شوف واحدة بتقول لك أنا ويفي شعري 3A بس ما أعرف كيف. إيش يعني طبعا ما أعرف. أنا بقرأ
أنا ويفي شعري 3A بس ما أعرف كيف. ما تعرفي كيف إيش؟ We need steps.
لا ما عليه. طيب خلينا نفيدك. لازم يا جماعة. أوكي. How about إنكم you contact مدام حصة على الدايركت after you add her account. Yes. وهي تعطيكم الكونسلتيشن هناك.
Yes, that would be perfect.
كيف أهتم فيه؟ تقول لك 3A الويفي 3A كيف أهتم فيه؟
I have to understand your hair porosity again. I have to understand your hair density. What stage are you at? What's your hair history? It takes a lot more than just, me just, telling you, oh, this product works for you. There's not one magic product. There's the magic product is the product that works for your hair, but it's not, oh, this product works for everyone.
طيب الآن دحين احنا في سيزون الشمس والحر والرطوبة والبحر and we're stuck in Saudi for lots of people who used to travel outside. منهم أنت. Well, I have good news for you in September. Yes. Okay, is that answer? Did this answer you?
Yes, I have good news. Kind of. We'll text after.
Most likely September we have good news. Anyways.
Okay, good.
كيف الناس يهتموا بشعرهم في هذه الأيام؟ It's seriously hot. بس خاصة عندنا في المجتمع هنا الطرحة أو بالنسبة للأولاد الشماغ. How can they take care of it?
So honestly, moisture, hydrate your hair, do deep conditioners once a week. I would say keep your hair in protective styles. Protective styles are styles to protect your hair from, from environmental damage. So maybe in a bun. بالعكس الحجاب is great, because you're covering your hair. It's not being exposed to any sun damage. If you're going out to swim, put some oils in your hair, maybe olive oil, to seal your hair in so that it doesn't get damaged by any sort of exposure.
في أحد يقول لك ممكن تتكلمي شوية بالعربي؟
حاضر.
What's a bad hair day? دائما نسمعها bad hair day, a bad hair day.
You know, a bad hair day is how you define it. زمان أنا كنت أقول bad hair day is when I see frizz. Now I embrace my frizz.
عربي.
حاضر. Sorry.
انا اللي اتكلمت بالانجليزي ترى.
You get me in trouble.
انا اللي اتكلمت انجليزي، انا اسف. لا سيريسلي ايش يعني يوم شعري مو كويس او يوم صحيت من النوم شعري مش كويس؟
Again, it's how you define it. So أنا لما أصحى وأحس شعري فيه frizz أو نفشة، إذا حسيت هذا الشيء ما يعجبني, that's a bad hair day for me. بس أنا I embrace my natural hair. So whatever day, it's a beautiful day. Whether it's
تفضلي whether is what وبعدين اسالك.
whether في frizz ولا ما في نفشة ولا في نفشة ولا it's very, you know, defined. It's كيف أنا أحس. يعني how am I feeling? Do I feel that it's beautiful, then it's beautiful. It's not a bad day. And that's why I want to stay away from the bad hair day. You know, when people use bad hair day. I even created I had a post recently where I said I don't like to use the word bad hair day.
طيب انا من الناس سليمان عشان شعري يمكن شويه دائما طويل، في لما اصحى من النوم in a bad mood حقيقي يكون شكله مو مظبوط وانا راجل انا اتكلم.
Did you hear what you said? You said when you wake up in a bad mood, that's a feeling.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. هم حتى bad hair day مشبوك بالمود.
Yes. So it's how you feel. If you wake up and you're in a great mood, whether your hair is this big or this defined or this small or this big, it's connected to your feeling. How do you feel? And I tell ladies on my account all the time, there's not one product that's going to make you feel your hair is beautiful. ما في one magic product. It's how you feel about your hair. If you're confident, you don't need anything, honestly.
Okay. ترى أنا معاكي بس معليش أنا بطلع لأنه بيسألوك الناس كيف العناية بالأشياء. They're asking you questions, but I'm okay. Curly.clumsy. عشان I'm just putting down your account عشان people follow you. Okay. So they can بعد إذنك يعني I'm writing it down because I want you to okay here we go at curly صح كده مكتوب at curly at
yes
curly.clumsy
مظبوط
كده صح. I will pin it عشان I'll pin that account عشان يا
جماعة.
Hair
psychology.
It is actually that's hair psychology actually seriously يعني إحنا طبعا الرجال ما هو موضوع بيبان عندنا بس. لا sorry I don't know what have I done بس هذول الجمهور شايفاهم جالسين هناك. That's funny. Actually بيبان حقيقي الواحد يصحى من النوم if it's طرحة it shouldn't be satin or silk ترى so that it doesn't cause friction against hair which is causes frizz.
Yes.
شوف
I've explained that to people before.
شوفي ما شاء الله هو بدأت الأسئلة تجيكي.
I love it.
طيب في مخلوق ثاني اسمه الرجال.
Yes.
هذا المخلوق بيغيظني جدا بسبب بسيط طبعا حيقوموا علي الآن. You don't believe it قد إيش بيروحوا للحلاقين حتى مش they don't go to proper hair stylists زي برا لأنه إحنا عندنا هنا في السعودية mostly حلاق.
Yes.
ما هو والله العظيم حصة لو تشوفي إيش بيصير في شكل شعورهم بعد ما يخرجوا منهم يدخل شعره أفرو يخرج شعره كأني كاوية قميص. بيغيظني حقيقة.
Yes.
إيش تقولي للعالم الطيبة هذول؟ طبعا إحنا ما نحب الرجال عشان بس نفهم بعض. أيوه.
I mean, it's the same advice for women. If you want to wear your hair natural, wear it natural. I mean, there's always a preference, right? If they want to wear their hair straight or natural. When I first started creating the account, I was like, no, only wear your hair natural and only talk to me if you want to wear your hair natural. Now I became a little bit more open-minded and I'm like, okay, it's your preference, whatever makes you feel good about yourself. But if you wear your hair straight, I don't want it to be for the sole reason that, when I wear my hair straight, that's only when I feel beautiful. I want, if you want, it's just a preference, but it's not because straight hair makes me feel beautiful.
لا برضه انا الرجال ما بيعملوا ستريت هير. معلش حضرتك now when you want to make your hair straight كيف بتعملي؟
I have
شوار.
yes, but I haven't been doing that for years.
Yeah, and how you do it? Most of الستات الان لما بيروحوا كوافير كيف يعملوا their hair natural؟ Oh sorry straight انا اسف.
Straight. في a lot of things. There's straighteners like blow dryers. They use heat. They use some sort of heat or chemicals to straighten their hair, and that's when
sorry, and that's when what? Sorry.
That's when it's you change your hair texture. And honestly speaking, right now, if I walked into any hair salons in Jeddah, I can almost guarantee you they will try to sell me some sort of chemical treatment or why don't you do this? You have a little frizz. How about, you do this treatment? And I've had conversations where like, this is not a treatment to, put my hair in a better state. It actually damages my hair. And then they go, oh, maybe she knows a little too much. Because oftentimes that's how they sell girls. They're like, no, this isn't going to change your hair texture. This is just going to tame your frizz. And that's what I tell girls. If it changes your hair texture or your hair pattern, it's a chemical treatment. It has to be super strong for it to change your hair pattern.
يا لو تشوفي معلش شفتي انت كيف قلتي الستات they go and they get treatments ومش عارف، لو شفتي الرجال ايش يعملوا فيهم؟
just a woman ما عارف.
نفسي في يوم اوريك الحلاقين ايش يعملوا في الرجال. اقسم بالله العظيم يكوي الشعر كوي. اللي انت شمي ريحه الحرق. يعني انت ما قد في يوم من الايام لاحظتي شكل شعر واحد لما يكون معمول ستريت؟
Yes, I have.
كم مره حبيتي انك تصدميه بالسياره؟ برضه نرجع احنا ما نحب الرجال.
I don't drive, so that's okay. So I can't say that. But seriously, yeah, it's like I've seen it. I've seen it before.
طب في واحدة من الحالات بتقول لك sometimes you want to change.
Yes. I agree.
How often do you do that? Do you choose seasons? Let's say summer تخلي شعرك in the winter تلعبي في هالشيء.
So the way I change my hair is I change, the products. Maybe I want looser curls. There are different tools that are not damaging to your hair. Rollers, flexi rods. There are different, there are different tools to change even your curls. But I never opt for heat damage or heat tools.
اوكي بس ما تستخدمي ما تستخدمي ما تعتمدي على السيزونز.
اعتمد على السيزون in terms of what products I should use in my hair. Some products are heavier for some seasons. Some seasons I like to keep my hair more in a bun because of damage. But I can change my haircut. I can change the way I style my hair. I can put it in a high bun, a low bun. I can do half up, half down. I can have it on one side and not the other. But do I ever opt to go and use some sort of hot tool? No. No.
So
because there's so much you can do with curly hair as it, natural hair. So yeah.
طب in Saudi, do we have enough good products?
We do not.
So if we need anything, we have to ship it from abroad.
Yes, and we now have a few local stores that I've been working with. So they're online. They have Instagram accounts, but honestly, that's these are the options that I have, either to buy from one of these Instagram accounts or just buy online. But if you go to any drugstore in Saudi, if you go to a pharmacy, if you go to a store, ما في products for curly hair للأسف. And this is really
بيقولوا لك ممكن تقولي لنا زي فين ولا لو سألوك على الدايركت تقولي لهم؟
عندي في الاكونت حقي in the highlights حاطه local stores كلها, and if you send me a DM I can tell you about even more stores that you can shop from online.
طيب معلش يا جماعه سامحوني احنا بنتكلم بالانجليزي لانه الشغلانه هذه اكثرها بالانجليزي، وضيفتي العزيزه يعني متفقين من قبل لا نبدا اللقاء انه حتكون تتكلم وهي مرتاحه، فلا حد يزعل مني ليش احنا ما بنتكلم بالانجليزي، بنتكلم بالعربي بنتكلم بالانجليزي. انا وضيفتي العزيزه اتفقنا من قبل اللقاء هذا من اسبوع انه حتكون تتكلم براحتها، هي حابه انها تتكلم بالانجليزي. فيعني سوري احنا نتكلم شوي عربي شوي انجليزي، ما بنتكبر على الناس، بس يمكن بسبب ظروف خارجه عن اراده both of us. طيب نسال. I think you're so strong the way you feel that you are beautiful anyways. She is beautiful actually ما شاء الله. You don't need to be strong. You are beautiful. الله
Thank you
يحفظك.
very much.
الله يخليك يا رب. طيب حقيقي ابغى اسالك سؤال، حيزعلوا مني الناس بس حسالك هو بكل صراحه. ليش محلات البرودكتس حقت الكيرلي هير دائما مربوطه بلون بشره؟ صح، بكل صراحه، حتى في امريكا حتى في يوروب.
No, honestly, now in the US, it's changing a little bit. So if you go to Target, if you go to CVS or Walgreens, it used to be in the past. Yes, I remember back in the 90s when I lived in the States. Yes, I had to go to a certain, store to find natural hair products, and they were tied to, your ethnicity.
Yes, why is that؟ لانه يعني خاصه now في الزمن ده اللي احنا فيه، ترى البنات الله يحفظهم with light skin color عندهم كتير كيرلي هير.
Yes.
يعني
In fact, 60% of women have wavy to coily hair.
okay. هنا أحد بيقول لك I think guys in our country didn't grow up feeling that they should educate themselves about hair beauty and make care of it. They feel it's of it.
Female thing, as if
they feel it's a female thing as it will minimize hair
their
masculinity. طيب شوفي جاوبيها بالله العظيم. شوفي that's my wife.
I agree with you that in our society it's taking care of yourself is tied to your your sex, whether you're female or a male, your gender. But that shouldn't be the way. We should all take care of ourselves, and we should all feel good about ourselves. But I've heard this a lot. He takes care of himself like if he's a girl, but it shouldn't be that way. Or she doesn't care about herself enough. She acts like she's a guy or she's a male because she decides to be practical and she doesn't wear too much makeup, or she likes to keep her hair natural, or she doesn't dress in dresses that are super fancy because she's a practical person. But then they tie it to, she doesn't behave like a female. So these are all things that we're conditioned to feel or learn, we've learned growing up, but it shouldn't be the case.
طب أنا عندي هنا في واحدة بنوتة صغيرة كتبت لك، طبعا شايفة ويب سيز هاجر that's my wife، بس في واحدة بنت كتبت بنوتة صغيرة حلوة اللي هي الهانم اللي كانت في البحر، كتبت لك hi I'm زينة. زينة is my little curly hair girl.
Hi زينة، كيف حالك؟
طبعا طول النهار احنا we fight with mom على شعرها، وانا طبعا خناقتي انا انه سيبيها زي ما تبغى. حتتخانق معايا هاجر، حتتخانق معايا بعد شوي. سيبيها هي مبسوطة
هاجر DM me وخلي زينة to wear her hair natural.
حرسل لك صورة لزينة وتعرف الخناقة اللي فيها. طيب احنا when we said هنا في احد الاخوات بتقول لك because and I don't like to call people in colors but black people are the pioneers in curly hair industry. I don't know this true?
It is. I agree. It is true.
Okay, هي بتقول انها زينة says you're so beautiful with curly hair. Okay, here we go. هنا زينة بتعاكسك. طيب. طيب يقول لك is there a way to treat hair heat damaged hair other than cutting it؟ في طريقة ثانية؟
Yes, of course. So you have the big chop, which you cut it, and you have there are treatments to maintain it. Now, can you reverse the damage and make it curly again? No. And if anybody tells you that, they're not telling you the truth. You can maintain it so it doesn't break or fall, but you can't reverse the treatment, meaning that you take it back from, straight to curly.
Very good. طيب. Yes, and I'm going to answer someone that is asking. Yes, we will save the lives. كل اللايفز are saved in my account. طيب خلينا نخرج بقى من الشعر حقكم هذا. Why clumsy؟ حكيني عن نفسك.
I am so clumsy. It's so sad.
كيف يعني؟ اشرحي للناس ايش يعني كلمة clumsy في البداية.
يعني
بالعربي اشرحيها بالعربي.
بالعربي oh gosh.
وانت مكسر العربي مكسر.
I'm so see. I was just trying to lay my hand here, and I
لازم تطيحي حاجه.
طاح.
لازم انا ما اعرف اكل في مطعم اذا ما اخرج من المطعم ببجح حوايجي. اقول لهم that's me.
Yes, that's so me. I don't know how to explain it, but even like I didn't notice it until my friends started pointing it out. Like, Hissa, like how can you do this? It's like mini cup of coffee. I split on my clothes. I'm like a 5-year-old. That's where clumsy comes in from, and I really want to change this.
بقول لك على حاجه ما يتغير.
Thanks. But it's so bad. And sometimes like I'm in the grocery store and I know I look awkward. عندي أشياء شايلتها هنا وأشياء هنا وأشياء تطيح مني وأشياء وشوف الناس بتطل فيها like what's wrong with this lady? Like تحتاج عربية and an assistant to help her because obviously she can't do it herself. I'm just so clumsy. It's bad.
طبعا اللي ما يعرف انه ما شاء الله تبارك الله حصه is a mother of 2 teenage boys. الله يحفظهم. طبعا a sister of 2 teenage boys ربي يحفظهم. هم زيك ولا لا؟
أولادي لا ما شاء الله تبارك الله they're not like me. I'm just so clumsy. It's just so sad. أولادي are better than me.
لا هم سبحان الله انت شوفي clumsy you grow up with it. انت كده خلاص تنخلقي كده. الفوضوية هذه متعة يا ناس. اقول لهم انا انسان حياتي كلها مو هي في فرق بين فوضوي يا ناس ومعلش سوري في الكلمة فوضوي ولا مؤاخذة يحب الحاجات الوسخة. احنا غير مرتبين بس نشتغل بدماغنا كل حاجة فيها الحاج until it comes to our very small things كده نحس لازم نلخبط الدنيا. يعني انت لو والله العظيم لو انزل الكاميرا اوريك المنظر قدامي تقولي نو واي هذا كيف عامل اوراق وتشارجر ومويه وقهوه وحال اول اوفر ذا بليس. وترى الحق لابس اسود عشان اوسخ حوايجي بعد ما
انا كمان لابس ابيض بس حاطه سكارف.
يعني بعد ساعه لما حدخل المطبخ اوريكي كيف منظري الله يستر. هرسل لك صوره. I am cooking actually. Look at this. Hold on. والله لا أوريكي where I'm gonna cook. Huh? Here we go. Look, I am cooking here actually. See that?
Nice.
Yes, I'm gonna start cooking in about 20. يعني هم قلت لهم 9:30 I'll be cooking here. شفتي كيف اهو عشان تعرفي very busy man. I fly airplanes daytime. I cook at night. أقول لك somebody says Sulaiman reminds me of my father Allah يرحمه who used to tell me look at Naomi Campbell and Nicole Kidman. ده طبعا Nicole Kidman is the goddess of استغفر الله العظيم of curly hair. Hair curly I swear to God.
I thought that was me.
لا انت شيطاني انت خلاص انت عديتي منها.
لا
يعني اقسم بالله العظيم قبل كم يوم كان في شهر كلها موفيز حق توم كروز وكان في one of the movies اللي هو في الايرلي late 80s لسه كان دوب ما جوز نيكول كيدمان وكانت دوبها ماي جودنس كانت عامله دور دكتوره. he was a car racer وهي عامله دور دكتوره. that woman with that curly hair looked beautiful. يعني يقول لك هذه طبعا اختي العزيزه سوزان تقول لك سليمان بنتي مهات فرحانه جدا باللقاء لانه شعرها كيرلي واول مره احد يتكلم عن الموضوع. شكرا.
Yes.
Okay, somebody's asking مين انا. طيب انا سليمان صعيدي 45. مرتي سمعتني ما اقدر اقول سنجل. I'm an airliner pilot. I don't know if the camera likes me or not, but I like the camera. And بسبب الكورونا I started doing cooking as well. I do بسبب. So that's what I do. So I used to be an airliner pilot. To tell you about myself عشان أضحكك. هذه كانت حياتي. أنا كنت كابتن طيار. That's it. And that's all I do. جات الله يلعن الشيطان. Don't ask me, ask China. جات كورونا. I swear to God سدلي لقيت نفسي أشتغل 4 وظائف. أقعد أنا I drove deliveries عشان أتسلى مرسول لأنه I had so much energy حق يا أخرج من البيت يا يقتلوني. فاشتغلت في 2 شركات من شركات الدليفري. And yes for no reason. I love food فبهدلتهم في البيت. I started cooking and now I am doing Instagram live shows, Hadi, and I don't know if I'm doing well or not.
You're
That's
doing
it.
great.
Thank you so much. Plus that, يعني, I do 4 jobs, and I don't know if I have the time for, but alhamdulillah, so far I am managing. The only that's me, whoever was asking. Okay, so yeah, people are talking about curly hair. أنا ما كنت أتوقع إن الموضوع معور الناس بالطريقة دي حسن.
مرة كتير ترى. It's so like it. أنا لما I created my account, I was like, okay, people are gonna like it, but I didn't know that people were just like waiting for somebody to speak about curly hair.
Okay, very nice. شوفي هنا somebody saying طبعا أنا هذه اللي كنت أبغاك تكفلي بيها. Can you talk to people who inspire them? Now you have عندك 10 دقائق. أنا حسكت. أبغاك تتكلمي تقولي للناس it's nice to be with natural hair. I'm not gonna say curly or straight.
Yes,
Just
natural.
be you.
Yes.
أبغاكي it's yours. أنا حسكت and I want you to talk to me.
Wow, you put me on the spot. No,
I
honestly,
have to.
when I started wearing my hair natural, it wasn't because it wasn't an issue of confidence or, you know, I wanted to prove something or anything like that. It was for practicality.
Okay.
I had 2 kids and I bathe them. I take care of them. One of my kids loved taking bubble baths, so I'm always in the water with him. They loved swimming. So my hair, you know, I couldn't straighten it and for it to be straight for so long because obviously I get exposed to water. And there were other things. I've attended, you know, I've had events where I went and then like I traveled abroad and then it starts raining and then my hair gets frizzy. So I was like, okay, this isn't practical at all. You know, just to work around my hair. مثلا, I'm traveling, I have to get my hair straight. And I don't like using chemical treatments because I know how damaging they are. So I was like, okay, I'm going to wear my hair natural. So I first started the process with just wearing my hair natural. I didn't use any products. And I started getting compliments like, حصة شعرك مرة حلو. Is this your natural hair? I'm like, yeah, this is my natural hair. And then I started exploring with products. And then I started getting more compliments. And I wore my hair straight every now and then, but every time I would wear it straight, it didn't feel good to me. I felt like with curly hair, I felt better about myself. So I started wearing my hair more natural and I started getting more compliments and people asking me questions. What do you do? Does it take so long for you? I'm like, no, this is my natural hair. It actually doesn't take time. So, you know, once I started exploring and embracing it, and, you know, getting compliments from people, that's when I felt like most confident about my hair. And it actually, it's funny because it's, yeah, I know a lot of people may just say it's just hair, but it helped me embrace other parts of me that I didn't accept, you know, and I just thought that they weren't beautiful. But I was like, I haven't accepted my hair for however long. And when I finally discovered like wearing my hair natural is beautiful, it was like a treasure because everybody kept saying, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous. So I'm like, okay, so if I accept this other part of me, maybe it is beautiful, but I just don't know. So it's just such a liberating feeling and it help you, you know, accept other parts of yourself. Whether it's your body or skin color or your eyes or your nose or your lips or your ears, whatever it may be. Yeah.
طيب, so you want people to be as they are. ربنا خلقكم كده. أنا دائما عندي هذا البليف.
Yes.
سوري بقطع كلام حضرتك بالخير. الله سبحانه وتعالى يعني خاصة الناس اللي تغير أشكالها وتغير عيونها وتغير أفشامها لما أقول لهم تعتقدوا إنكم أنتم تقدروا تصنعوا شيء أجمل من خلق الله سبحانه وتعالى. الله سبحانه وتعالى خلقنا as perfect as we can.
Yes.
والدليل إنه لما تدخل عليك أي ست بالذات immediately you can check تشوفي إن هي يا مغيرة خشمها يا نافخة يا ناس والله ربنا.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
أحد بيسألك حصة إيش تشتغلي؟ ممكن تجاوبي؟
Sure. I'm actually an HR advisor by day and a curly hair specialist by night.
And a mother the whole day. الله يحفظك.
And mother, yeah, you know, 24/7.
أنا هذه مهات ها بتقول لك your hair is capable of making you feel the most confident person or the most insecure person ever. It is a very impactful, honestly. It's very impactful.
I agree. People don't understand. I've had females who have, you know, reached their, I would say, like potential and their max potential, and they're great at what they do, whether it's job or being mothers or whatever it may be. But I feel like their hair holds them back. It's like a hurdle. They're like بس أنا ما أحب شعري وأحس نفسي ما أعرف أحس شكلي مو حلو أحس مع so it makes them feel bad about themselves. Then they you know they become insecure about everything else. So it is very important to embrace your hair and love it.
يعطيك العافيه. طب هسه احنا coming to an arrival الحين. Talk to me. حقيقي بدل ما الناس عرفت انا ايش اشتغل وما ادري ايه. Should I continue doing this thing? يلا before we arrive to our final destination. Seriously, tell me, can I continue doing the thing whatever I'm doing? بدل بديت اتكلم في كلام الستات الحين.
When you ask questions like that, I get I'm like. But yeah, go
Seriously,
ahead.
لا. هاي يا جماعه، لا والله seriously من جد. بما انك انت اتش ار والاتش ار ما ابغى اقول معروفين بانكم اليهود حقون الوظائف.
That's so true.
انت اللي عندكم، انت اللي تقدروا تطردوا ولا تقدروا تخلوا الناس.
صح. That's so true. Oh man, it's bad.
اكمل ولا اوقف؟
I don't know. It's up to you.
لا you tell me. You tell me.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
كنت تكمل ها؟
Yeah.
حصة thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
يعني حقيقة خليتيني you made my day والله العظيم.
Thank you very
I
much.
seriously
That's so
I swear
sweet.
to God أنا بديت in a very bad hair day.
Your hair looks gorgeous, and I
لا لا لا.
love how you're embracing, you know, your gray hair. It looks beautiful on you.
I've never knew. تصدقيني أنا ما أفتكر متى كان عندي شعر أسود.
That's awesome because I notice a lot of people dye their hair, which I'm like, why? But yeah.
I'm serious. أنا ما عمري أفتكر عندي شعر أسود. أنا since I was 17 أنا بدأ شعري يزير.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, it's my mom's side. فما عمري أعرف ولا عمري أتخيل نفسي إني أغير شكله استغفر الله العظيم. عمري.
That's exactly how I feel about my hair.
You look
My natural
amazing.
hair.
الله يحفظك. Best regards. استناكي يعني نبغى وعد منك انك في جدة ان شاء الله باذن الله لما تيجي جدة ما حقول لك نشرب فنجان قهوة نبغى نكسبك على العشاء في البيت عندي زوجتي وانا.
Well, thank you so much. I really
Seriously هذه دعوة على الهواء. Seriously.
Okay, thank you.
It is
Inshallah, I'll
very
be there.
nice. It's seriously very nice talking لحضرتك.
To you too.
يطول لي عمرك ولسه احنا الموضوع اللي قلت لي ما اتكلم فيه لسه لنا الكلام فيه.
Yes.
عشان لا لانه يعني انا حستغل طلتك الحلوه هذه في انك تكوني مشاركه معنا في موضوع الدونيشن حقت الاورجنز.
Yes, I would love that, inshallah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you for everybody that was watching. And if you have any questions, please DM me. I'd be more than happy to answer.
الله يخليكي. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a great evening. And I hope
you.
you guys have a delicious meal cooked by you.
I hope so. يعني ما نعرف كم واحد حيتصمم اليوم بسببي بس حنشوف.
No, I'm sure Thank you so much.
Thank you حصة. اشوفك بخير ان شاء الله.
Bye-bye. Have a good evening.
Bye. Thanks a lot. You too. طيب شكرا يا جماعة حقيقة يعني حصة الله يسعدها ما قصرت معانا. It was very nice حقيقة. I really appreciate it. طبعا نتكلم في حاجات قد ما أقدر ما أعرف إني أتكلم في كلام الستات لكن هو زبطت معايا اليوم. أشوفكم بخير. I will leave you guys until next Wednesday إن شاء الله. حشوفكم بعد 5 أيام لظروف العمل. I have to work. That's something weird I have to do but I'm working tomorrow till Wednesday إن شاء الله. الأسبوع الجاي حنرجع للمواضيع السيريس شوية حنتكلم حبيبتي مها thank you so much. حنتكلم على موضوع سورة الطلاق مع مستشارة غادة القرشي. تصبحوا على خير. باي باي حبايبي.